Hello, everyone. My name is James, and today I want to share my story of learning English with you. I come from a small town nestled in the countryside, a place where everyone knows each other, and life moves at a gentle pace. Growing up, I always dreamed of exploring the world beyond our town's borders, meeting new people, and experiencing different cultures. However, there was one significant barrier in my way: my inability to speak English fluently. For a long time, I felt confined by this limitation. Every time I encountered someone who spoke English, I felt a sense of frustration and even embarrassment. I wanted to be able to communicate confidently, to understand and be understood without stumbling over words or feeling insecure about my grammar. This feeling of being held back was a constant reminder that I needed to make a change. My motivation to learn English wasn't just about overcoming this personal hurdle. I knew that improving my English skills could open up a world of opportunities for me. Professionally, speaking English would allow me to pursue better job prospects and connect with colleagues and clients from around the globe. On a personal level, it would enable me to travel and immerse myself in different cultures, enhancing my understanding of the world and enriching my life experiences. The desire for personal growth was another significant factor. Learning a new language is a challenge that requires dedication, perseverance, and an openness to making mistakes. I wanted to push myself out of my comfort zone, to learn and grow in ways that would not only improve my communication skills, but also build my confidence and resilience. So, with a mix of excitement and determination, I decided to embark on this journey to learn English. It wasn't an easy decision, knowing that it would require time, effort, and a lot of patience, but I was ready for the challenge. I wanted to share my journey with you, not just to tell my story, but to offer some insights and encouragement to those of you who might be on a similar path. Learning English has been one of the most rewarding experiences of my life, and I'm excited to take you through my journey, from the initial struggles to the small victories and ultimately the significant achievements that have made all the effort worthwhile. When I first started learning English, I quickly realized that the journey ahead would be filled with obstacles. Pronunciation was one of the first major challenges I encountered. English has many sounds that don't exist in my native language, and mastering them felt like trying to twist my tongue into unfamiliar shapes. Words that seemed simple on paper became daunting when I tried to say them aloud. I often found myself mispronouncing words, which sometimes led to misunderstandings and embarrassment. Grammar was another significant hurdle. English grammar rules seemed confusing and, at times, downright illogical. I struggled to grasp the intricacies of verb tenses, prepositions, and articles. The difference between in, on, and at felt arbitrary, and irregular verbs seemed to follow no pattern at all. I spent countless hours poring over grammar books and practicing exercises, yet I still made frequent mistakes. It was disheartening to put in so much effort and still feel like I wasn't making progress. Vocabulary was equally challenging. My limited knowledge of English words made it difficult to express myself clearly. I often found myself stuck in conversations, searching for the right word but coming up empty. This limited vocabulary not only hindered my ability to communicate, but also made reading and listening comprehension a struggle. I would read a passage or listen to a conversation only to realize I understood very little of it because so many words were unfamiliar. The combination of these challenges often left me feeling frustrated. There were days when I questioned whether I would ever be able to speak English fluently. I remember feeling discouraged, especially when I compared myself to others who seemed to pick up the language effortlessly. It was tempting to give up and accept that maybe English just wasn't for me. However, deep down, I knew that giving up wasn't an option. I reminded myself of why I started this journey in the first place. My dreams of traveling, advancing my career, and personal growth. These goals gave me the motivation to keep pushing forward, even when the going got tough. I realized that learning a new language is a marathon, not a sprint, and that every small step forward was progress. I also found comfort in the fact that everyone who learns a new language faces similar struggles. Pronunciation, grammar, and vocabulary are challenges for all learners, regardless of their native language. This realization helped me to be kinder to myself and to approach my studies with more patience and persistence. I accepted that making mistakes was a natural part of the learning process, and that each mistake was an opportunity to learn and improve. By acknowledging these initial challenges and committing to overcoming them, I set the foundation for my journey. It wasn't easy, but I was determined to keep going. As I continued, I discovered strategies and resources that made the learning process more manageable and even enjoyable. My story of learning English is one of perseverance, and I hope it inspires you to keep going on your own language learning journey. After struggling on my own for some time, I came to a crucial realization. I needed help. Learning a language is a complex process, and trying to do it all by myself was proving to be overwhelming. I needed guidance, structure, and support, something that a formal English class could provide. So, I decided to enroll in an English course at a local language school. This decision marked a significant turning point in my journey. The first day of class was both exciting and nerve-wracking. I walked into the classroom and saw a diverse group of students, each with their own unique reasons for learning English. Some were there for professional advancement, others for travel, and some simply for the love of learning. Despite our different backgrounds, we all shared a common goal: to master the English language. Our teacher, Ms. Johnson, greeted us with a warm smile. From the very beginning, it was clear that she was passionate about teaching and genuinely cared about her students' progress. Ms. Johnson had a unique ability to make complex concepts understandable and learning enjoyable. She created a supportive and encouraging environment where we felt comfortable making mistakes and asking questions. One of the first things Ms. Johnson emphasized was the importance of regular practice. She explained that learning a language requires consistent effort and that we should make English a part of our daily lives. To help us with this, she introduced a variety of effective learning strategies. For pronunciation, Ms. Johnson recommended listening exercises and mimicry. She encouraged us to listen to native speakers as much as possible through podcasts, audiobooks, and movies, and to try to mimic their pronunciation and intonation. She explained that this not only helps with pronunciation but also improves listening skills and fluency. To tackle grammar, Ms. Johnson provided us with a structured approach. She broke down complex grammar rules into manageable chunks and used plenty of examples to illustrate each point. She also encouraged us to practice writing sentences and short paragraphs, which helped reinforce the grammar rules we were learning. She made it clear that making mistakes was a natural part of the learning process and that each mistake was an opportunity to learn and improve. Expanding our vocabulary was another key focus of the class. Ms. Johnson introduced us to the concept of spaced repetition, a technique that helps with long-term retention of new words. She suggested using flashcards and language learning apps that employ this technique. Additionally, she encouraged us to read extensively, books, articles, and even short stories, to encounter new words in context. She also introduced us to word families and collocations, which helped us understand how words are used together naturally in English. One of the most impactful strategies Ms. Johnson shared was the importance of speaking practice. She organized regular speaking activities in class, such as discussions, debates, and role plays, which gave us plenty of opportunities to practice speaking in a supportive environment. She also encouraged us to find language exchange partners or join conversation clubs outside of class. These activities not only improved our speaking skills but also boosted our confidence. Beyond the structured lessons, Ms. Johnson fostered a sense of community among the students. She encouraged us to support each other and share our learning experiences and resources. This camaraderie made the learning process more enjoyable and less daunting. We celebrated each other's progress and learned from each other's mistakes. As I followed Ms. Johnson's advice and implemented these strategies, I began to see significant improvements in my English skills. My pronunciation became clearer, my grammar more accurate, and my vocabulary more extensive. But perhaps the most important change was in my attitude towards learning English. I started to enjoy the process and looked forward to each class and practice session. The sense of progress and achievement kept me motivated. One of the most valuable lessons I learned from Ms. Johnson was the importance of a positive mindset. She taught us to view challenges as opportunities for growth and to approach learning with curiosity and enthusiasm. She often reminded us that everyone learns at their own pace and that it's okay to make mistakes. This shift in perspective helped me overcome my fear of failure and embrace the learning process more fully. Outside of the classroom, I continued to practice and apply what I was learning. I sought out opportunities to use English in real-life situations. I started participating in online forums and discussion groups related to my interests, where I could practice writing and engage in conversations with native speakers. I also made an effort to watch movies and TV shows in English, paying close attention to how words and phrases were used in different contexts. Another strategy that proved to be incredibly helpful was keeping a journal in English. Each day, I wrote about my thoughts, experiences, and reflections. This not only improved my writing skills but also helped me internalize new vocabulary and grammar rules. It became a personal record of my learning journey, and looking back at my earlier entries, I could clearly see the progress I had made. As I continued to practice and improve, I started to feel more confident in my English abilities. This newfound confidence opened up new opportunities for me. I began to engage more actively in conversations with native speakers, both online and in person. I even volunteered to give presentations in English at work, something I would have never dared to do before. These experiences further reinforced my skills and boosted my confidence. My journey of learning English has been one of persistence, patience, and growth. While there were many challenges along the way, the support and guidance I received from my teacher, Ms. Johnson, and my fellow students played a crucial role in my progress. Today, I can confidently say that I have achieved a level of fluency in English that allows me to communicate effectively and pursue my goals. To anyone who is on a similar path, I want to offer a few words of encouragement. Learning a new language is a challenging but incredibly rewarding journey. There will be obstacles and moments of frustration, but don't let them discourage you. Embrace the process, celebrate your progress, and remember that every small step forward brings you closer to your goal. Find a supportive learning environment, whether it's a class, a tutor, or a language exchange partner, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. They are an essential part of learning. Finally, maintain a positive mindset and stay motivated by keeping your goals in sight. Your determination and effort will pay off, and you'll find yourself achieving things you once thought were impossible. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it inspires you to keep going on your own language learning journey. Remember, with persistence and the right support, you can overcome any challenge and achieve your goals.